The Deep Space Monitoring Station on Europa wasn't known for excitement. Most days, the staff watched endless streams of data from the outer solar system, tracking ice chunks and remote probes. But on this cold morning in 2157, everything changed. "Sir, you need to see this." The young operator's voice shook as he called his supervisor. The energy readings from the Kuiper belt made no sense. They showed patterns that shouldn't exist naturally, spikes of power that suggested artificial creation. Within hours, the Discovery reached Earth's Space Command. They needed their best team for this mission, and they had just the right person. Captain Tom Walker of the Earth spaceship Pathfinder. Walker stood in his ship's command center, his weathered face reflecting the soft blue glow of the holographic displays. He was a practical man who had earned his reputation through 20 years of space exploration. The Pathfinder, while not the newest ship in the fleet, was perfect for this mission. Reliable, tough, and built for long-range exploration. "All stations, report ready status," Walker commanded, his deep voice calm despite the tension in the air. One by one, his crew confirmed their readiness. The Pathfinder's engines hummed to life, and the ship began its journey toward the mysterious signals. The trip to the Kuiper belt took 3 weeks. As they got closer, the energy readings grew stronger. Finally, they arrived at the source, and what they saw left them speechless. Hundreds of massive ships drifted silently in the void. Their sleek designs were unlike anything humans had ever built, with smooth curves that seemed to bend space itself. But something was wrong. The ships were dark, with only faint emergency lights flickering across their hulls. "Life signs," Walker asked his science officer. "Millions, sir, but their power readings are critical. Whatever these ships are using for power, it's almost gone." Walker made a quick decision. "Send the first contact package on all frequencies. Let's hope they can understand it." The response came faster than expected. A holographic image appeared on the Pathfinder's bridge, showing a tall, humanoid figure. Its skin had a metallic sheen, and its eyes glowed with an inner light. Despite its alien appearance, the creature's body language showed clear signs of exhaustion and worry. "I am Admiral Redstone." The alien spoke in perfect English, their ship's computers having decoded Earth's languages from the first contact package. "We are grateful for your response, though we did not expect to find intelligent life in this system." Walker introduced himself and asked the question on everyone's mind. "Admiral, what happened to your fleet?" Redstone's story unfolded. They were refugees, 2 million civilians and crew, fleeing from their dying star system. Their quantum drive technology should have carried them safely to their destination, but something went catastrophically wrong during the journey. Now they were stranded, their advanced ships powerless except for basic life support. "Our children are suffering," Redstone admitted, pride giving way to desperation. "Our food supplies are running low. We did not plan for such a delay." Walker looked at his crew, seeing the determination in their eyes. Humanity had never faced a challenge like this before, but they couldn't ignore a cry for help, even from the stars. "Admiral," Walker said, "I need to contact Earth. But I want you to know this. We will not abandon you. Humanity stands ready to help." Redstone's expression showed surprise, perhaps at help being offered by what they considered a primitive species. "Your offer is appreciated, Captain. But our technology is far beyond yours. I'm not sure how you could assist." Walker allowed himself a small smile. "Admiral, you might find that humanity has a knack for solving problems, even with basic tools. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the best ones." As the Pathfinder sent its urgent messages back to Earth, Walker knew this was just the beginning. Humanity was about to show the galaxy what they could do, not with advanced quantum physics or alien technology, but with grit, creativity, and an unwavering determination to help those in need. The greatest rescue mission in human history was about to begin. Earth's response to Captain Walker's message was swift. Within days, the best engineers from every spacefaring nation gathered at the Global Space Center in Houston. Among them was Maria Ross, known for solving problems that others thought impossible. The alien quantum drive specs appeared on the main screen, a maze of complex equations and designs that made even the smartest humans scratch their heads. Maria studied them carefully, her mind already working on possible solutions. "It's like looking at magic," one of the engineers said, shaking his head. "Their technology is centuries ahead of ours." Maria stood up, her eyes bright with an idea. "Maybe that's our advantage," she said. "We're not trying to fix their quantum drives. We're going to help them our way." She walked to the display and pulled up designs for Earth's latest fusion engines. "Look, their ships are huge, but they're light for their size. Our engines are simple, but they're strong. What if we used our ships to tow them?" The room burst into discussion. Some said it was impossible, others called it crazy. But Maria wasn't finished. She showed them her calculations. 20 of our cargo ships, working together, could move one of their smaller vessels. It's not elegant, but it would work. Back in space, Captain Walker received the plan. He had to present it to Admiral Redstone, knowing the aliens might see it as an insult. The Admiral's hologram appeared, looking skeptical as Walker explained. "Towing?" Redstone's voice carried a mix of disbelief and concern. "Like primitive water vessels." "Yes," Walker said firmly. "Engineer Ross has run the numbers. It will work." Redstone looked at something off-screen, then back at Walker. "Our civilians are getting sick. Our food supplies." The Admiral paused. "Show us." Maria Ross arrived on the Pathfinder the next day. She brought with her a team of engineers and equipment to test her idea. The aliens watched with curiosity as the humans worked with their simple tools and machines. "These cables are made of new carbon materials," Maria explained to a group of alien engineers. "They're stronger than anything we've had before. And these connection points." She pointed to massive clamps on the hull. "They adjust automatically to prevent stress damage." The aliens spoke quietly among themselves in their musical language. One of them, an engineer named Brightwing, stepped forward. "Your solution is different from what we would consider, but your calculations are solid." Maria smiled. "Sometimes the best answers are the simple ones. Should we test it?" They chose a small scout ship for the first attempt. 3 human cargo ships moved into position, their magnetic clamps locking onto the alien vessel's hull. Maria stood on the Pathfinder's bridge, watching the power readings carefully. "All ships begin power-up sequence," Walker commanded. The cargo ship's engines glowed bright blue, their fusion reactors channeling power to the magnetic tow system. At first, nothing happened. Then, slowly, the alien ship began to move. The aliens watched in silence as their dead vessel picked up speed, guided by the human ships. "It's working." Maria's voice carried the excitement they all felt. The test continued for an hour, proving that the simple solution could succeed. Admiral Redstone's hologram appeared again, but this time there was a different look in those glowing eyes. "Engineer Ross, Captain Walker, we had doubted that your species could help us. We were wrong." Maria nodded respectfully. "This is just the beginning, Admiral. Earth is sending more ships. We'll need to coordinate the towing of hundreds of vessels, establish supply lines for food and medicine. And you believe you can do all this with your level of technology." Walker stepped forward. "Admiral, humanity has been solving tough problems since we first looked up at the stars. We may not have quantum drives, but we have determination, creativity, and most importantly, we help those in need. It's what we do." As the human fleet grew larger each day, the aliens began to understand that sometimes the best technology isn't the newest or most advanced. Sometimes it's the one that simply works. The Rescue Missions Control Center on the Pathfinder buzzed with activity. Captain Walker stared at the huge display showing hundreds of red dots, each one an alien ship running dangerously low on supplies. "Status report," he called out, his voice tight with concern. "Sir, life support systems are failing on 30 ships," his officer replied. The alien medical team reports thousands of cases of illness, especially among the children. Food and water supplies are reaching critical levels. The situation was worse than they had feared. 2 million refugees needed help, and they needed it fast. Walker opened a channel to Earth. "This is bigger than any single country can handle," he reported. "We need everything. Ships, food, medicine, and people. Lots of people." Earth's response amazed even the most hopeful humans. Ships began rising from spaceports all over the planet. From America, China, Russia, India, Europe, and dozens of other nations. Cargo vessels, passenger ships, and even private space yachts joined the fleet. It was humanity's largest space operation ever. Maria Ross worked with her team to organize the massive rescue effort. "Each alien ship needs different supplies," she explained to the gathered captains. "Some need more food, others need medicine. We have to coordinate perfectly." The alien children were suffering the most. Their bodies weren't used to being in space for so long, and their own medicines were running out. Admiral Redstone's usual pride crumbled when discussing them. "We never meant to put our young ones through this," the admiral said, watching as human medical ships docked with their vessels. "We thought our technology would carry us safely to our new home." Dr. Lisa White, Earth's leading expert in emergency medicine, arrived with the medical fleet. She worked day and night with alien doctors, trying to understand their biology. "Their systems are different from ours," she reported, "but the basic needs are the same. They need food, water, and hope." The rescue ships formed a chain stretching from Earth to the Kuiper Belt. They passed supplies from ship to ship, saving fuel and time. Everyone worked together, humans and aliens side by side, learning from each other. One alien ship suddenly lost all power, its life support completely failing. Captain Walker directed 3 human ships to emergency dock with it. The rescue teams rushed in wearing spacesuits, finding scared alien families in the dark corridors. "We'll get you out," the rescue leader told them, using simple hand gestures when the translation devices didn't work. The aliens understood. Within hours, all 1,000 passengers were safely moved to human ships. The alien children were fascinated by their human rescuers. They watched with glowing eyes as humans fixed things, shared food, and taught them simple games to pass the time. Some even started learning English, their musical voices trying out the strange new words. "Thank you," one small alien said to Maria as she fixed their cabin's heating system. The words were carefully practiced, making Maria smile beneath her protective mask. Admiral Redstone met with Captain Walker after the first week of the rescue operation. The Admiral's hologram showed signs of exhaustion, but also something new: respect. "Your people work without rest," Redstone said. "They risked their lives to help strangers they never knew existed until days ago." Why? Walker thought about the thousands of humans who had volunteered for the mission. "Because it's right," he said simply. "On Earth, when we see someone in trouble, we help. It doesn't matter who they are or where they're from." The Admiral was quiet for a moment. "We thought we were superior with our advanced technology and knowledge. But we're learning that true advancement isn't just about machines and power, it's about heart." As more ships arrived from Earth each day, bringing supplies and hope, the aliens began to see humanity differently. These primitive humans, with their simple ships and basic technology, were teaching them something their quantum drives never could: the power of compassion and unity in the face of crisis. The rescue mission was far from over, but now both species worked together with renewed purpose. Sometimes the greatest strength comes not from advanced technology, but from the simple willingness to help others in need. As weeks passed, something unexpected began happening on the rescue ships. Humans and aliens started learning from each other in ways no one had predicted. Commander Jack Stone noticed it first in the engine room of his ship, the Venture. An alien engineer named Swiftmind watched as Jack fixed a broken power coupling with nothing but basic tools and some spare parts. "You didn't use any advanced scanning equipment," Swiftmind said, puzzled. How did you know what was wrong? Jack tapped his ear with a grease-stained finger. The sound was wrong. After 20 years working with these engines, you learn to listen to them. They tell you what they need. The alien's glowing eyes widened. You communicate with machines through sound. Not exactly, Jack laughed. But experience teaches you things that computers can't always tell you. In the medical bay, similar exchanges were happening. Dr. Lisa White worked with alien healers, combining Earth medicine with alien knowledge. When a group of alien children fell sick with space sickness, they made an important discovery. Their bodies react to our medicines, Lisa explained to Captain Walker. Not the complex ones, but the simple ones we've used for centuries. Plants and herbs, things we thought were too basic to matter. The aliens were surprised that humans still used such old remedies. You mean you haven't replaced all natural medicines with synthetic ones? Asked the alien chief healer, Blueheart. We found that sometimes the old ways work best, Lisa replied. Nature spent millions of years developing these cures. We'd be foolish to ignore them. In the ship's common areas, humans and aliens shared meals together. The aliens were fascinated by human food, especially simple things like bread and fruit. They had long ago switched to perfectly engineered nutrient solutions. This has taste, said a young alien, trying an apple for the first time. Our food is perfectly balanced for nutrition, but it all tastes the same. Maria Ross spent time teaching alien engineers about human problem solving. They watched in amazement as she fixed complex problems with simple solutions. You see, she explained, using a piece of paper to demonstrate. Sometimes the best answer isn't the most advanced one. Look at paper, it's just pressed plant fibers, but we still use it because it works. The aliens shared their knowledge too. They taught humans about the stars they had visited, the worlds they had seen. Their stories filled the ship's databanks with new information about the galaxy. One day, Commander Jack faced a serious problem. A power surge threatened to destroy crucial systems on 3 ships. The alien engineers suggested complex solutions that would take days to implement. We don't have days, Jack said. He looked at the problem differently, thinking like a human. What if we route the power through the emergency cooling systems? It's not pretty, but it'll work. The aliens watched as his simple solutions saved the ships. Swiftmind shook his head in wonder. We would never have thought of that. We are too used to relying on our advanced technology. Captain Walker met with Admiral Redstone to discuss their progress. The Admiral's hologram showed a new expression, something close to a smile. Your people continue to surprise us, Redstone said. We thought we were teaching you about the galaxy, but you are teaching us too. Walker nodded. Different doesn't mean better or worse. It just means we can learn from each other. The Admiral gestured to a group of alien children playing with human kids, using simple toys made from spare parts. Look at them. They don't see advanced or primitive. They just see friends. As the rescue mission continued, both species realized that true progress wasn't just about technology. It was about combining different ways of thinking, about learning from each other's strengths and weaknesses. The humans' primitive solutions often proved to be exactly what was needed, while the aliens' advanced knowledge helped humanity see new possibilities. Together, they were becoming something greater than either species could be alone. Maria Ross was checking the damaged quantum drives when she noticed something odd. She called Commander Jack Stone to look at her findings. See these burn marks? She pointed to a blackened section of the alien engine. They're all exactly the same on every ship we've checked. That's not normal for a random failure. Jack frowned, his experienced eyes scanning the damage. You think someone did this on purpose? I think we need to tell Captain Walker right away. In the Pathfinder's command center, Walker listened as Maria explained her discovery. Admiral Redstone's hologram flickered with obvious concern as she showed the evidence. These aren't just broken engines, Maria said. The damage patterns are too perfect, too similar. Someone wanted your fleet to be stranded here. The Admiral's glowing eyes dimmed slightly. We had enemies in our home system. They didn't want us to establish a colony elsewhere, but we never thought they would follow us. Walker's face hardened. Why didn't you tell us this before? We thought we had escaped them, Redstone admitted. Our quantum drives should have been impossible to track. We were wrong. Earth's Space Command took the threat seriously. Within days, military ships from every nation began arriving at the rescue fleet. They brought weapons that seemed simple to the aliens: missiles, rail guns, and energy shields that used basic physics. Your weapons are primitive, one alien military officer said, watching human crews prepare their defenses. Sometimes primitive works just fine, Jack replied, remembering how their simple solutions had already saved many alien lives. Walker organized defense training between human and alien crews. The aliens were surprised to learn that humans still practiced combat without computer assistance. You mean your soldiers actually look out windows and make decisions based on what they see? An alien tactical officer asked in disbelief. Eyes and instincts have saved more battles than computers ever did, Walker explained. Technology can fail, but human judgment gets better with experience. Deep space sensors detected the first sign of trouble 3 days later. Strange energy readings appeared at the edge of the solar system. The same kind of quantum signatures the aliens used. They're coming, Admiral Redstone announced grimly. The hunters. They destroy any civilization they consider a threat to their dominance. Walker called an emergency meeting with all ship captains, human and alien. We need to protect the civilian ships, he said. How many refugee ships can still move under their own power? Less than 20, Redstone replied. The rest depend on your towing systems. Maria had an idea. What if we use that? The enemy will be looking for quantum technology. They won't expect simple magnetic tows and fusion engines. The plan came together quickly. Human military ships took positions around the fleet, their primitive weapons ready. The aliens were worried. Their advanced weapons had failed against the hunters before. Trust us, Walker told the Admiral. We humans have been fighting against stronger enemies since we first picked up sticks and stones. We're good at being unexpected. They didn't have to wait long. The first hunter ships appeared in the distance, their black hulls absorbing light like hungry shadows. All ships, battle positions, Walker commanded. Remember the plan. Let them think we're helpless. Let them underestimate us. Admiral Redstone watched the human ships move into formation. These people, who still used combustion engines and manual targeting systems, were preparing to face an enemy that had defeated his own advanced civilization. Captain Walker, the Admiral said softly, we were so wrong about humanity. We thought you were primitive, undeveloped. But now I understand. You're not primitive at all. You're survivors. You're warriors. Walker smiled grimly. Admiral, humanity has learned one important lesson over thousands of years. It's not about having the best technology. It's about having the will to fight, the creativity to surprise your enemy, and the determination to protect those who need help. As the hunter ships drew closer, humans and aliens stood together, ready to face whatever came next. Sometimes, the greatest strength lies not in advanced weapons, but in the simple courage to stand and fight. The hunter ships emerged from quantum space like dark stars, their black hulls making them look like holes in space itself. There were 30 of them, each bigger than Earth's largest vessel. They're sending a message, Admiral Redstone said, watching from the Pathfinder's bridge. Surrender or die. Captain Walker stood firm. Send them our answer. This fleet is under Earth's protection. Any hostile action will be met with force. The hunter ships responded by launching their first attack, a wave of quantum torpedoes that could tear through advanced alien shields like paper. All ships, execute Plan Echo, Walker commanded. What happened next surprised even the aliens. Instead of trying to block the quantum torpedoes, the human ships scattered in what looked like panic. But it wasn't panic at all. It was strategy. Now, Commander Jack Stone shouted from his ship. Human vessels released clouds of simple metal debris, millions of tiny pieces of scrap metal. The quantum torpedoes, programmed to hit high-tech targets, passed harmlessly through the cloud. But the cloud itself, charged with electrical energy from the human ships, stuck to the hunters' hulls like metal filings to a magnet. "Their sensors are blind," Maria reported from her engineering station. "They can't see through the metal cloud." The hunters, expecting to find helpless prey, instead found themselves fighting an enemy they couldn't understand. Their advanced targeting systems, designed to track quantum signatures, couldn't lock onto the simpler human ships. Walker's voice rang out clear and strong. "All ships, attack pattern Delta. Show them what primitive weapons can do." Human railguns opened fire, launching solid metal slugs at incredible speeds. The hunters' energy shields, designed to stop energy weapons, couldn't handle the simple kinetic impact. Earth's missiles, guided by human pilots instead of computers, found gaps in the enemy defenses. "Impossible," one of the alien officers exclaimed. "Their weapons are so basic, but they're working." 2 hunter ships exploded as human missiles hit their quantum drives. A third spun out of control, its hull pierced by railgun fire. The remaining hunters tried to regroup, but the humans had another surprise waiting. Maria's voice came over the comm. "Captain, the magnetic tow cables are ready." In a move that would have seemed crazy to any advanced civilization, human ships shot their magnetic tow cables at the hunter vessels. The cables, designed to move refugee ships, now wrapped around the enemy like steel spiderwebs. "Pull them apart," Walker ordered. 20 human ships fired their engines at full power, their simple fusion drives glowing bright blue. The hunter ships, built for elegant quantum warfare, found themselves being torn apart by raw mechanical force. "Their quantum shields can't stop physical cables," Jack explained to the amazed aliens. "Sometimes the old ways are the best ways." The remaining hunter ships tried to retreat, but the humans weren't finished. Earth's military vessels launched one final attack, using the debris cloud as cover. More railgun shots and missiles found their marks. The mighty hunter fleet, which had terrorized advanced civilizations across the galaxy, was being defeated by primitive weapons. Admiral Redstone watched in awe as the last hunter ships fled into quantum space. The aliens had never seen anything like it. A less advanced species using simple physics and bold strategy to defeat a superior force. "In all our years of running from them," the Admiral said, "we never thought of fighting like this. We were too focused on matching their technology." Walker smiled tiredly. "Sometimes the best way to win isn't to match your enemy's strength. It's to use your own strength in ways they don't expect." The human fleet regrouped, checking for damage. Surprisingly, their losses were minimal. The simple construction of Earth's ships had actually helped them survive hits that would have destroyed more advanced vessels. As the adrenaline of battle faded, humans and aliens celebrated together. They had faced humanity's first major galactic threat and emerged victorious, not through superior technology, but through courage, creativity, and the willingness to fight for what was right. "Captain," Admiral Redstone said quietly, "I believe the galaxy will need to rethink its definition of advanced civilization after today." 3 months after the battle with the hunters, the massive refugee fleet approached its new home. Captain Walker stood on the Pathfinder's observation deck, watching as the combined human-alien fleet moved toward the outer solar system. "Neptune's largest moon, Triton," he explained to Admiral Redstone. "Our scientists say its underground oceans can support your people, and its distance from the sun matches your homeworld." The Admiral's hologram nodded, looking at the blue-white moon growing larger in the viewport. "From refugees to neighbors, your people continue to amaze us." The settlement effort was already underway. Human engineering teams had worked with alien architects to design underwater cities that would house the 2 million refugees. They used a combination of Earth's practical construction methods and alien environmental technology. Maria Ross led the power station construction team. "See these fusion reactors," she explained to a group of alien engineers. "They're not as advanced as your quantum drives, but they're reliable, and we can build them quickly." The aliens had learned to appreciate human engineering. SwiftMind, now a friend of Commander Jack Stone, helped combine human and alien technology. "Your simple backup systems saved our lives," he said. "We're adding them to all our new buildings." Earth's nations had united to support the massive project. Ships arrived daily bringing supplies, workers, and hope. The alien children, now healthy thanks to Dr. Lisa White's medical team, were learning Earth languages and teaching their own in return. "Look at this," Dr. White said to Captain Walker, showing him a classroom where human and alien children studied together. "They're already calling themselves Tritonians, not Earth humans or refugee aliens, just people of Triton." The biggest surprise came during a meeting of Earth's Space Council. Admiral Red Stone appeared before them with an unprecedented request. "We ask to formally join Earth's alliance," the Admiral announced. "Not as refugees or guests, but as partners. We offer our advanced technology, but we want to learn your ways too. Your creativity, your determination, your unique way of solving problems. These are worth more than quantum drives." The council chamber erupted in excited discussion. This would change everything. Humanity's first alien alliance would open the door to the stars. Walker found Maria working on a new project, teaching alien engineers how to make simple tools. "It seems strange," she said, "teaching advanced aliens how to use a wrench. But they understand now that sometimes simple is better." "We're learning from them too," Walker replied. "Their quantum technology combined with our practical engineering. Imagine what we can achieve together." The first alien families began moving into their new homes under Triton's icy surface. The underwater cities glowed with life, a perfect blend of human and alien design. Simple Earth materials made them strong, while alien technology made them comfortable. Commander Jack worked with alien defense forces to create a new protection fleet. "We'll be ready if the hunters return," he said. "Human tactics, alien technology. No one will expect that combination." 1 year after the first contact, Captain Walker and Admiral Red Stone stood together, the Admiral in person now, not as a hologram, at the opening ceremony of the Triton Colonial Academy. Here, both species would teach their skills to the next generation. "When we first saw your ships," Red Stone said, "we thought we had found a primitive species barely reaching for the stars. Instead, we found teachers who showed us that advancement isn't just about technology. It's about heart, creativity, and the courage to try new ways." Walker smiled as he watched human and alien students enter the academy together. "And you taught us that we were ready for the stars, even if our technology wasn't as advanced. Together, we're stronger than either of us could be alone." Above them, through Triton's ice crystal dome, the stars sparkled with new promise. Humanity had taken its first steps into a larger galaxy, not through conquest or superior technology, but by doing what humans do best, helping others and finding simple solutions to complex problems. "You know," Walker said, "this isn't just a new beginning for your people. It's a new beginning for all of us." Redstone nodded, understanding now what true advancement meant. "Perhaps this is why we were stranded here. Not as a disaster, but as destiny."